I don't realize how yellow the lighting in this room is until I start filming, and now it's gonna change, of course, as I say that. But hey guys, welcome to a reading vlog. I'm finally getting back into doing these. I'm finally getting back into the reading mood. In this reading vlog, I'm gonna finish 3 books that were on my March TBR, and I'm gonna start a 4th one. So there we go. If you want a little sneak peek preview, that's what we go through for this vlog. None of them are 5 stars, unfortunately. But I'm not gonna delay it too much further. Welcome back to the channel. And I hope you stick around, I hope you enjoy, and I'm trying to get back into doing a vlog, so there we go. Alright, we're gonna start this vlog off by finishing A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking by Kingfisher. I have like nothing left, but I've been reading this in lengths where like I was on desk at work, and so I can't just finish it. So I'm going to go finish this while I make dinner, then I'll come back with my thoughts on it, because I've basically finished this book. I have like 3 chapters left total, maybe, if that. So, there we go. Alright, that did not take long. I have finished A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking by Kingfisher, and honestly, I absolutely love this book. I think I'm going to give it like right around a 4-star. Haven't fully decided. I literally just finished it, so we'll see. This book follows Mona, who is a minor wizard, minor wizard in this world. She works at a bakery, and her magic deals with making bread and baked goods and this such. She can tell bread to rise, she can tell it to be soft, stale, whatever she wants. And she gets kind of sucked into the politics of it when one morning she wakes up and finds that there is a dead girl in her bakery. She's 14, by the way. Honestly, I thought this was actually really well done. I have been pretty hit and miss with Kingfisher. I have liked their works for the most part. And this one was honestly just kind of a fun story. It was very lighthearted, but it also did hit on some kind of deep topics. Like there's obviously like a classism kind of thing going on here. There's a lot of snark going on, but it was very interesting to read and I really liked it. So yeah, there was a little gingerbread man that sat on her shoulder and it was really adorable. And she had a sourdough starter familiar named Bob, which was always fun. And Bob was very angry and it was a lot of fun to follow them. So yeah, overall I really did enjoy this one, and yeah, 4 out of 5. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna read next, but it's either gonna be Gear Breakers or the cozy mystery that I have upstairs that I don't remember the title of. Oh, To Brew or Not to Brew. So I'm not sure which one I'm gonna do. I might pick up Gear Breakers actually. I'm kind of craving something distracting right now. There's a lot of stuff happening. So I might be doing something like that. We'll see. I don't know. I should start one of the really big ones. I should. I really should. But I think I'm just going to read all the little small ones right now. Alright, so instead of Gear Breakers, I picked up Dance of Cloaks, which I am just over halfway through. I've been listening to the audiobook actually for this one because we have the entire series on audio. But I picked it up to read it, and it's so weird switching from 180 pages of an audiobook to the physical book, but we're working on it. I've read a little over 100 pages so far today, not in this book, but in total, between finishing the Kingfisher book and reading some of this one, so we'll see how far I get into this tonight. It is time to wind down, though, and like kind of get ready for bed, so that's what I'm trying to do.
Stars last night, did not believe that I would end up right. Lucky endings were not something for me. I drove around all across the land,
Alright, so angles are bad. Sorry. Alright, so it's actually Tuesday night now, and I have finished Dance of Cloaks by David Dalglish. This is the first book in the Shadow Dance series. I really like this. This was technically a reread for me. I have read this before, but it's been years. It's been probably 5 years at least, 6 years, maybe longer, probably longer since I've read this book. I could look it up, but it's way over there, and that's a long ways away. But I really enjoyed it. I do want to continue on. I want to know what happens to everybody, and this was a very fun story. So this is a high fantasy novel. This is a fantasy novel that takes place in the world of Drezel, I believe it's called. What does he call it? What did he call it? Dezrel. I was close. Dezrel. So this is an assassin fantasy story that takes place in the world of Dezrel, yes. And we follow Aaron, who is the son of the leader of the Spider Clan, and he is basically being groomed by his father in order to become the perfect weapon. And a girl shows up at the clan looking for a bit of extra change. She's a pickpocket, she's a thief, and she kind of puts a little bit of doubt in Aaron's head whether or not that's what he should be doing. He's 13, so this book starts really with him really young, and it is a 6-book series. It is completed. The second book, I believe, is 5 years in advance, if I read the questionnaire at the end correct. Also, I read the questions that David Dalglish answered at the end of this book, and oh my gosh, it's great. He sounds like a great person. I would love to meet him. And it's good to know you're not alone in the writing world and how you come up with ideas and stuff. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this book. I don't have a rating for it yet. I'll put it down here once I come up with it. But I really enjoyed this one, and I do look forward to continuing on with the series. So, now what? Well, my arm's sore. I'm not positive what I'm going to be reading next, but I think, because it's right here, I might jump into The Good Thieves by Catherine Rundell. This is another book that's on my March TBR. I was going to jump into Hunger for the Gods, but after just finishing Dance of Cloaks, I don't really want to jump into another super intense fantasy book, because this ending, all the battle fire stuff, stabby stabs, lots of stabby stabs in this one. I mean, you want an assassin book. Assassin series. Got an assassin series for you. We do have the first 2, so we are going to collect the whole series. I think John really likes the series, and I have a feeling I'm going to like it too. But I'm going to switch to something completely different because I feel like I need to, and I think I'm going to switch to The Good Thieves. This is a middle grade book, and they're stealing back something that was stolen from them, I believe. That's all I know. I know nothing about this, honestly. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's not even a summary on the back for me to look at, so we'll see. But that's where I'm at. That's what I read. I did start an ebook today at work, but I haven't decided if I'm going to continue with it or not. So I'll let you know when I decide what I'm going to read at work. Yeah. Alright, that's it. Alright, so I finished The Good Thieves. There we go, here it is. The Good Thieves. This one took me longer to read than I thought. I don't have a rating for it yet. I'll put it down in the description when I figure out what it's going to be. It was good. Middle grade reads differently for some reason now. I still love it. It's still one of those where it's just a fun story. It's not one that you can really take seriously. It's literally, this was just a fun story. Let's take the headphones off. I don't need those on. But overall, I really liked this. I'm not giving it a 5-star. It's not getting 5-star. I don't even know that it'll get a 4-star. It'll probably get a 3.5. It was very good. I really enjoyed it. I understand why it would be enjoyed, especially by the middle grade age. So I understand why, like, a middle schooler would enjoy this one. Like, this has some really kind of fun things. Like, they have a girl who always hits her mark when she throws a knife. We have a boy who can swing from chandeliers. We have another one who can talk to animals. Another person who can pick locks without a problem. Like, there's a lot of really cool things going on in this book. So I think this was well done. I think it was interesting. We'll see what happens. It did deal with classism very interestingly, but I'm talking about this from a middle grade book, so again, it was just a fun story is really what it ends up being. I would highly recommend it. Is it absolutely insane, crazy good? No, it's not, but it was a fun story, and it was a fun time. The heist they did was kind of out there a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But I did enjoy it, so there we go. We've got another book down, and it's a good one. I don't know that I'll keep it, but I really like how this book looks without the dust jacket on, I'm not gonna lie. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I probably will read something else by Catherine Rundell. I have another one. I think it's The Explorers, and it's about plane crash. So she obviously writes some very interesting books, so yes. She's got several, I want to say. Yeah, I have The Explorer. She has Rooftoppers, Cartwheeling in Thunderstorms, The Wolf Wilder, The Explorer, One Christmas Wish, and The Good Thieves. That's what's listed at least here. So, I'd read from her again. Yes, overall, good. 'Twas good. 'Twas good. I think that's all I'm going to read tonight. But I am going to start Hunger of the Gods next, because I need to get into some of these big high fantasy books. So I'll update you when I start that, I think. Yeah, that's what I got. Alright, so one of my favorite things about reading John Gwynne books is this. It's been like a year since I read the first book in the series, since I read Shadow of the Gods, and now I'm finally starting The Hunger of the Gods. It's a chunky book, and it's really nice to have a summary of what happened, and honestly, his summaries are very thorough, and I appreciate that immensely, because like as I'm reading, it's like, oh yeah, that's right, oh yeah, I remember this, oh yeah, I remember this character. Do I remember all the details? No. Will this be a series I will hopefully reread at some point in the future? Probably. I have a feeling I'm going to really like it. But it's long. This book is really just over 600 pages. It just looks so much longer. I don't know if it's just thick pages or what it is, but it just looks so much longer than I think it is. But, yeah. So we're going to start this and see what it is. I'm reading through the what is it called? What Has Gone Before. Which I really like that. And I remember what characters I liked when I was a kid. That's my update. I'm gonna keep reading now.
I know that I haven't been who I was. I am supposed to be the one you can trust. I feel so useless 'cause I let you down. I hope there's some way I can make it alright, 'cause I know that you deserve much more than this. If you give me one more chance, I swear I'll try my best to always be there. And I want you to know that I'm lost without you. I'm not without you. I hope I can show what you mean to me, 'cause I don't know what to do if you go. Ooh, I just don't know what to do if you go. I've been so selfish and made you believe that you're not good enough, but you're all I need. I take you places that you've never been. I would give you the world if you let me try again. Yeah, just give me one more swear I'll try my best to always be there. And I want you to know that I'm lost without you. I'm not without you. I hope I can show what you mean to me.
Right, so it's the end of this vlog, but I wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of summary of what I ended up doing. Last night I got this far into Hunger of the Gods, so I got about 45 pages in. I'm on chapter 5, and I forget how much happens in this book, and it's amazing, and it's so good to be back in this world. I'm hoping to get about at least halfway through before the end of the month, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm not reading this quickly, unfortunately, but we do, again, have the audiobook, so hopefully that'll help with some things. But this is going to be the end of the vlog. I managed to finish 3 books in this vlog, and I started a 4th. So I'm calling that pretty good as far as like my success rate goes. And I know it should be like this. So I managed to finish A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking by T. Kingfisher. I finished Dance of Cloaks by David Dalglish, and I finished The Good Thieves by Catherine Rundell, and I started The Hunger of the Gods by John Gwynne. So overall, I would call that a pretty successful week of reading. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought about them. And if you made it all the way to this part of the video, leave a sword emoji in the comments just to leave something there. I really appreciate it. There were swords in all of the books. I will say I didn't give you a summary of The Good Thieves, and I'm really sorry for that. So I'm going to dump one in here right now. So The Good Thieves follows a girl, what's her name? Vita. Our main girl in this book, her name is Vita, and her mom have come over to New York in order to help her grandfather, who has fallen on some bad luck after his wife has just passed away, after her grandmother has passed away. He was very much in love with her grandmother. They were very close, obviously they were married, and he's kind of lost as to what to do without her. And Vita learns while there that her grandfather's home has been taken from him by this real estate tycoon that's basically swiping homes from people. And she's decided, her grandfather talks about treasures there, and she's decided that if she can steal the treasures, they can sell them and then buy the house back, which is very ambitious for like a 13-year-old. But this takes place in 1920s Manhattan, and Vita ends up collecting herself a gang of kids consisting of 2 kids from the circus and a girl she meets on the street. And the 4 of them create like this little troupe of characters, and they're so much fun. There's so much that happens in this book. It deals with a lot of things that honestly are really good for middle grade to read about. The 1920s weren't always a happy time. And they actually, each of these characters has something slightly different about them that makes them very interesting. Our main character, Vita, she has a disability. One of the characters is a black boy, and then another one, he's Russian, and then the last one, she lives on the streets by herself with no known family. So this is a big, like a very diverse kind of cast as far as this goes for the 1920s especially, and I think it was really well done, and it's something that can be done in a middle grade book without seeming weird. She just kind of collects people, and that's just how it is, and it was very well done. I really, really do recommend this as a middle grade read. But that's my little summary. I realized as I was editing that I didn't give you a summary of this book, so here's your summary. I hope that made a lot of sense. But that's what I got for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, keep reading, and keep moving forward. Bye.